Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for tuning in today. On today's show, I am taking you inside of the brand new Amore Italian steak and seafood restaurant. I am standing here in their vestibule, which is a beautiful entrance to lead you into their warm and quaint environment. We're going to have a lot of fun today. I'm going to mix up some cocktails and also sit down with their executive chef. Let's do it.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Amore Italian Steak and Seafood. Joining me now is Angelina Griffin-Holst, who is the Director of Restaurant Operations. Hello.
Hello, Jessica. Welcome to Amore Italian Steak and Seafood.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. And when I first walk in, I have to tell you, the ambiance is so beautiful. The pop of color. I mean, did we travel to Italy just a little bit?
Right. We're inspired by Italy and everything we do, but we do offer incredible steakhouse steaks and some beautiful seafood. So
yes,
a lot to offer.
A little bit of everything,
Absolutely.
Which I love. So let's talk about the vibe of this restaurant and why you all open it up here at the Pearl.
You know, we're so excited to have this restaurant in Fort Wayne at the Pearl. It allows a little bit of an opportunity for some upscale, not uptight dining. We want people to come in and feel like family here. So you walk in, what's great is there's something for everyone. You're going to see the inspiration. So there's a beautiful visual piece. You're going to hear great music that'll inspire you and take you back through different decades and a little bit of Italy like you're traveling. Some modern things as well. And then the food, the aromas. So we try to have something for everyone's senses to enjoy.
Yes, and you also do group events. I see private room space here.
Absolutely. So we're able to do some fun private dining. It allows for a little intimate spot, whether it's a business, whether it's a celebration. Again, we want to be part of people's families and the events in their lives.
Right, and so of course with this being a restaurant, the main focus is food. So let's talk about the cuisine and the different options that you all offer here.
Absolutely. So the great thing is, it's Amore Italian Steak and Seafood. We have an incredible executive chef, Kyle Mayers, and he's been inspired working with different chefs traveling the world, and we hand extrude our pasta. So we've got egg pasta that's made through this beautiful little machine. It's very exciting. And then we've got some beautiful steakhouse cuts that we're beginning to work with Wood Farms. We love working with our local ranchers and our local orchards and everyone. We have beautiful local honey in one of our cocktails. It's fun.
Right, and so being able to build this restaurant from scratch and bring in so much creativity, let's talk about the passion behind it and really your experience that you brought into the fold.
You know, I am fortunate enough to have worked and lived in many places. I've worked with great celebrity chefs such as Wolfgang Puck, Jeffrey Zakarian, Bobby Flay, Michael Simon, Michael Mina, you name it.
Just a few.
Thomas Keller. Yes, we've done some really fun events. So I was lucky enough to have Chuck Surak invite me to join the team and help kind of round up some things, the vision of downtown Fort Wayne, how it's growing, how we're wanting to bring some more interesting bites and sips and inspiration to downtown.
Let's talk about just the accessibility when people come and experience this new beautiful layout of the Pearl District. And you can park for free.
It's true. You know, anytime you come downtown, it's always like, where am I going to park? So we are fortunate enough to offer parking right across from the Perfection Bakery on Pearl Street. Oftentimes, if there's not an event going on at Pearl Arts, there's a little parking there that's complimentary.
So next up, we're going to hop behind the bar, mix up some cocktails, and then a little bit later, sit down with Chef to try out the lunch menu. Let's do it. All right, I am now behind the bar here at Amore, and Angelina is going to teach me how to make some of their specialty cocktails. Okay, so we're going to start off with an NA, a non-alcoholic cocktail, because it's such a vibe now. So why do you think people are really gravitating towards this option?
You know, it's so great to have alcohol-free options. And it used to be the only thing you could do was maybe a little cranberry juice, a little spritz, and we don't want to do that. So here we do a Provo Zero, meaning zero proof in Italian.
Okay.
Right? We want to have those great flavors, right? Flavors and textures, and you know, it's a way to dolt up a little bit, but still be able to party all night long.
Yeah.
So let's shake it up a little bit, Jessica,
Let's do
shall
it.
we? All right, so I'm going to walk you through it. What's fun about those jiggers is you're able to go ahead and flip them back and forth. We're going to start off with a little the Kentucky 74 Spiritless. It's take on a bourbon. You're going to do 2 ounces of that right into the mixing glass.
Wonderful.
And you can flip that little thing over And there you go for 1 ounce right there. And Lyre's makes such a beautiful aromatics, and they make really beautiful bitters. Speaking of bitters, go ahead and grab that double zero bitters. Give it 5 good shakes. Excellent. All right.
Yes.
Now you're just gonna stir.
Let's put a little sass into it.
Absolutely. James Bond always said shaken, not stirred. I think he was watering it down.
Right.
I'm telling you. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead.
The aroma, I can smell it, just kind of extracting.
Absolutely.
I love that process.
Super delicious. Right into the glass.
Drain it. Do it like that.
You are excellent, Jessica.
Ooh, beautiful color. All right.
And a Manhattan wouldn't be perfect without a wonderful cherry.
So lovely, and there we have it. An NA, or wait, how do you say it?
We say Provo Zero.
Provo
Zero
Zero Manhattan, okay?
proof. Lovely.
Now it's time for the tasty taste.
Ooh, cheers. Tastes like the real thing.
It does, actually. Very light, very just a nice sipper throughout meal or sitting here to get an appetizer.
Absolutely.
Yes, okay, on to the next drink. Okay, next we're going to make a play off of bee's knees.
Absolutely.
Okay, and what's this called?
We're calling it Nona's knees because if you think about it, in Italian, Nona means grandmother, right? And kind of the heart and the hearth and everything that the Italians do comes from inspiration from their past. So we wanted to take something fun, a little kitschy, using fresh local honey and fresh honeycomb. We're so excited. So
That
can I
is.
teach you how to shake it up,
do it.
Jessica? Excellent.
All right.
So you're going to do 2 ounces of the Pierre Ferrand Cognac. And bee's knees is one of those really cool drinks that used to be super popular, right? A little kitschy back in the day. So imagine if you were a young lady back in the 30s and 40s, and then you grew up and now you're a Nona. So you're gonna do 1 ounce each of fresh lemon juice and then a honey syrup made with fresh local honey.
Oh, yummy.
All right, whenever you're ready, pop that top
Now-
on, give it a shake.
This is the fun
Okay,
part.
here we
Ready?
go.
You wanna dance with it?
Let's do it. There we go. You're a professional at this.
My favorite part.
There
for
you
sure.
go. All right.
Okay.
And then if I may. Here, may I?
Yes,
I know.
please.
This is
This
one
is
of
the
those
part that I
this is one of
usually
those parts
can't
that
get.
people don't like to do.
Yes.
All righty.
Thank you.
There you are. And you can go ahead and go right in there.
Drain that. Wonderful.
Oh, the aroma.
Ooh, that color is beautiful. Look at that. Perfect. Right
And
up
then
to the top.
The final thing is that little bit of fresh
Look
honeycomb.
how cute that is. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to just set that right on top.
There
Ooh,
you go. It floats a little.
Okay. I cannot wait
Lovely job.
to taste this. Okay, here we go.
Obviously a little generous here. We want to make friends and
Right.
families. Lovely.
That's nice.
Good.
That's nice.
good,
I
good.
hadn't had bee's knees with cognac before.
Right.
So such an interesting little, dive, and I love that we're learning Italian words.
Absolutely.
Known as knees. All right, we got one more?
Excellent. Let's
Do
go.
it. Okay, so we're topping it off with this final drink called the Countess. So what's the story?
So, back in the 1700s in Florence, there was this guy who was a count, and his name was Count Negroni. Now, remind you, this is kind of an alleged story. So, Count Negroni walked into his favorite watering hole, and he ordered a little bit of a Campari, because the Italians love bitter, right?
yeah.
So, traditional Negroni is going to be equal parts gin, sweet vermouth, and Campari. We wanted to do a little play, make it a little fun, feminine, and flirty, so we have the
Okay.
Countess. Shall we mix it up?
I love that. I must have part Italian in me because I love the bitters as well.
Right? Lovely.
Okay, let's start.
So in keeping with a traditional Negroni, you're going to do 1 ounce of the botanist gin.
Okay, wonderful.
And you know it's equal parts for a good Negroni. Go ahead and pick up that
Yes.
Aperol. Let's do 1 ounce of the Aperol.
Okay.
Again, a little more flirty and feminine, lighter flavors than that Campari. And finally, that Lillet. And Lillet just gives it that cool little herbal, almost chamomile type
So is this a
aromas.
liqueur?
Yes, that's perfect. Isn't that fun from
Oh.
France? I know, right?
Little aperitif.
And you can give it just a tiny bit of a
Little
stir
stir,
here. Stir it up. And whenever you're ready, straight into the champagne flute, Jessica.
It's the stir that makes it flirty.
It is, I'm telling you.
All right. Ooh, the color.
Yay!
So beautiful.
And then you're just gonna finish it off with a bit of Prosecco. Not too much, because you want those flavors to be balanced, just like a great Negroni, which are equal parts.
Okay, to about right there.
Lovely. A little more maybe, right?
More, okay, yes.
You know, we want to make
a
friends
little
here at
extra,
Amore.
right.
Italian steak and seafood, lovely.
Okay.
And then we're gonna finish it with a lovely little orange flag.
Okay. Just drop that right in.
Drop it right in, swirl it around. And there you
Voila.
have our countess.
Beautiful.
Can't wait to see what you think.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
The bubbles,
Right?
the flavor, the bitter. It's not too bitter.
Not too bitter.
At all, but it's so flirty. You're
Absolutely,
right.
absolutely. We just want to have a little fun.
Yes. Okay. This
Great.
has been so much fun. So I have to do Jessica's favorite pick.
Okay.
Out of the 3 options, it's going to be so hard because I really did enjoy them. My favorite pick is Nana's Knees.
Yes, Nana's Knees. We love it. We love
So
it.
good, but all of these are great options. I can see this over brunch as well. So good. Okay, so next up, we're going to sit down with the chef to learn all about their custom cuisines and their homemade items. And I'll see you after the break. Welcome back. We're having fun here at Amore Italian Restaurant, the hottest new spot located at the Pearl in downtown Fort Wayne. And we've had some fun today, but the fun continues now with food. And I'm so thrilled to be joined by Executive Chef Kyle Mayers. And you are with me today, and we're going to have some fun. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Absolutely a pleasure. We have some beautiful, beautiful food inspired by my travels both to Italy and working underneath some incredibly talented chefs and learning and growing.
You were in Italy cooking and learning. How exciting, and thank you for bringing your skill set here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here and to be able to take Fort Wayne's beautiful food and make it even more beautiful.
Yes, I love that. And we love culture of all types here. And so I'm so interested to learn just about the influence and what really inspired the dishes that you created.
Yeah, so part of what inspired me to cook in the first place was my grandfather. He would pull me into the kitchen when we would go visit him and just teach me how to cook. And after years and years and years, I finally said, this is what I want to do.
Wow.
Traveling Italy and seeing the sights in Rome and understanding that all of the food there is from within 50 miles. Everything in Naples is right there. You go to the market, it's fresh from the sea. It's so beautiful, and I wanted to bring that here when I sat down with the Zurich family about this restaurant. I was just so inspired. And that's where we're bringing this restaurant.
I love it. Okay, well, y'all know what time it is.
Yes.
Open this up like that. Okay, so let's start with this bread dish. What is this called?
This is called focaccia. So this is a traditional Italian bread. It is a very slow fermentation with high protein flour. It takes about 24 hours for us to before it even gets into the oven.
Really?
Yes, and soaked it in beautiful olive oil. From the Castelvetrano olives, and just a touch of green onion and Calabrian chilies for some pop and flavor. It's so good.
Wow. So delightful. You say Parmesan?
Yes, Parmigiano Reggiano.
All right, so yummy. Okay, now let's talk about these Brussels sprouts. Wow, so unique.
So shaved Brussels sprouts, we shave them raw and then marinate them in this gorgeous whole citrus vinaigrette. I take the entire citrus, well, lemon, lime, and orange, and juice the whole thing.
You have to toss it, right? So is it just like this?
Yep.
I'm going to just go in, chef, and
for it,
just
chef.
do it.
Yeah.
You called me chef.
Of course. Everybody who walks into my beautiful kitchen is chef. Everybody.
It's so delicate. Like, oh my goodness, the colors, the richness. I cannot wait to taste it. Okay, dive in.
Of course.
You got to eat it with me.
Yes.
Right. The tang is amazing. Oh my goodness. Okay, next up, we have to tackle this beautiful. So these two items are appetizers, and now we're rolling into a lunch menu item.
Yes.
And so, and this is a masterpiece, chef. So tell me all about it. But I have to tell you, I'm gonna have to cut it. This is a little overwhelming.
It's completely understandable.
Okay.
It is. This is our fried chicken sandwich. So it is boneless skin-on chicken thigh that's been dredged in and brined in our pickle brine.
That crisp, yes.
And then soaked in buttermilk overnight.
Buttermilk.
Yes, and freshly battered to order. We'll fry it to a crisp. Served on our house-made milk bun. All of our breads are made in-house. Every single one is made in-house.
I love that care. And I'm going to tell you all that cutting a sandwich is not pretty. So we're going to do the best we can here, okay?
And just a touch of our Calabrian chili hot honey right over the top of that chicken just brings it right over the top.
A little bit of everything. I love that, okay.
That crunch is everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So good.
Thank you.
I am not kidding, so good. That crunch, A+ so far, chef, but we have more to taste in just a moment. This segment sponsored by Amore, Italian steak and seafood. Okay, so we have tasted the appetizers. Now it's time for these yummy entrees. But what goes well with food? Maybe a little wine?
Just a little bit?
Yes, and we have an advanced sommelier here to present a wine, and you know her. She's Angelina. Hello again.
All right. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Kyle. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of our Michele Chiarlo Barbera d'Asti. So what's nice about the Barbera grape is that it's, a little medium-bodied. It's got good tannins, light, fresh fruit. And when you're looking at everything that's on the table right now, it's like, what on earth would go with a little steak, a little bolognese, and a little trout? So something light, delicious, enough tannins to stand up to the steak, and really just mouth-watering.
I love that.
Let me know what you think.
Yes, and so we're gonna open it up,
Absolutely.
and then, smells delightful.
Right. And those are the things that we want to do here at Amore Italian Steak and Seafood. Looking forward to the future, Jessica. We're going to be offering Wine Down Wednesday, so it's going to be 50% off all bottles of wine. People can come in, sip, taste, be friendly, make friends. That's all we want to do here at Amore Italian Steak and Seafood.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm noticing on the table, if I may, I am seeing that along with the steak, we're going to offer you your own selection of a steak knife.
Oh, wow, look at this. This is so beautiful. Look at those options. Okay, so I just get to choose anyone?
You select anyone you want.
This one is calling my name.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And chef,
beautiful
if I
this
may,
is.
so that's fun. That's a Layoule from France. And what's great about the one you have, it's got that tiny little bee on it.
Yes, I saw a
Right?
little note.
Super fun. Great cutlery for generations.
All right,
like we hope to
awesome.
build here.
Yes, thank you so
Enjoy.
much.
Thank you.
All right, that's exciting. Quite the presentation.
One of my favorite parts is every little detail that we bring into the food, not just from the food, but also from the service aspect. It just makes the experience so much more.
It makes it more. Okay, well, let's dive in because it smells so good and it's calling my name, chef. Okay, so let's start with this pasta. This is so important to highlight the fact that you make this pasta here, homemade, right?
We make our pasta every single day. So this pasta, the rigatoni, is a egg pasta that is extruded and cut by hand every single morning, and we bring it. We make sure it's beautifully dried out so it absorbs all of the flavors. Slow cooked. We grind our own beef. We make our own pancetta, and it just makes such a difference. The explosion of flavors that hits the plate.
Delicious. Wow, you can tell the difference with homemade pasta. It adds just something that's more authentic and great. Okay, well, let's continue on. So this here, tell me about that dish.
Of course. So we have a beautiful mountain trout. It is breaded with a panko and herb crust that we're using our own breadcrumbs. So we make our own breadcrumbs, even that. Seared on our gorgeous plancha to beautiful golden brown. And then on the top we have panzanella. So panzanella is a traditional Italian salad where you take the bread and you soak it in a gorgeous vinaigrette. And this is with local root vegetables to just bring it over the top.
And so what is the trout sitting in?
The trout is swimming in a beautiful brown butter that we make every single morning. Of course.
Yes, it's swimming in it. I love it. Okay, well, let's dive into this. A brown butter. Wow, okay. Very light. Very refreshing. Again, the crisp. I love a good crisp.
Yes, texture is everything.
Okay, so got to move on to our final dish where we got our special knife. Okay, so tell me all about this.
Yeah, so we have a beautiful 8-ounce flat iron steak. Flat iron is a personal favorite cut of mine. It is taken off the chuck, so it has all the wonderful meaty flavor, and still has some tenderness. There's a lot of beautiful fat kind of throughout.
Yes.
Over the top, you have a gorgeous salsa verde, which is kind of like it's the Italian chimichurri. It is so good. Just finishes, brings all those warm, wonderful acidity and gorgeous herbaceousness that you're looking for in the steak.
Herbaceousness. All right, let's dive in. Wow, that sauce is amazing. Very unique. I haven't tasted this flavor combination before. So good. And if you would like more information about Amore Italian Steak and Seafood, they are located right here in the Pearl. They have open parking and just so much friendliness and accessibility. So I highly recommend you come and give them a try. We'll have their website listed below. And thank you for joining me.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.